class. So yesterday we discussed about what is a PC configuration, and also we know some, because of this we are also can understand there is a certain components in your PC. Okay, so importance in the system configuration, tell about your CPU, RAM, hard disk, and operating system. Next, to know these details, so we can get these details from different resources like a task manager in MS Info 32 system, information, DX diag, or you can go to press Windows button, start menu, or click on start menu, start button. This is the start. Okay, go to settings, system, and go to about in that option, or you can go to command prompt. System info is a only in certain part only, but important is these four are very important. Okay, so you must know how to open the task manager, and you must know go to performance and go to CPU, memory, hard disk, and means disk 1, disk 2, your network connections, your GPU connections, and we can get that the details. Okay. Okay, see, like this is total memory, this is available memory. Okay, so these are all the things we have checked yesterday. Okay, and finally we have to note down, so what is the your system configuration. You have your own system, then write down a system configuration. Okay, so if you don't have your own system, then what to do? Whenever you visited your friends or brothers, or you went to the any internet caves, nowadays internet caves are gone. Okay, uh, so if any chance you have to touch a computer or a laptop, so try to find the system configuration. Better check in your system only. Okay, next one is how to check the IP address. Today what we will discuss, we are going to discuss about how to check the IP address. Okay, so guys, in the IP address we have a IPv4 address and IPv6 address is there. Mostly we are using IPv4 only. Mostly, no, not this one, right? So I am using CTS. Okay, so this is the today's, right? So in IP address, IPv4 and IPv6 addresses are there. In generally, most of the networks, whether you are using IPv4 or IPv6, mostly we are using IPv4 only. So we are talking in the manner of IPv4 checking only. And if in case certain networks, for example, if you are using Geo internet, so you will get a IPv6 Geo mobile or a Geo what is we can say internet Geo fiber connection. Okay, so that router also giving IPv6 addresses. In that cases, you can see IPv6 address also. But in generally, we are all seeing IPv4. So now we'll how to check this IP address is importantly, like you can use the commands like IP config. Okay, first one is IP config. Next one is IP config /r. Of course, from task manager also you can get the IP address and in a PowerShell commands also you can get the IP address, but there is small problems are there. Means you will get IP address, but you don't get a remaining details. using IP config, guys, you will get a IP address, subnet mask, and a default gateway. So this is also a very important question. What is default gateway? How to check the IP address? Okay. What is IP address? That is also, we'll add it here. It is, guys. What is IP address? What is IP address? So when you are telling about IP address, guys, it is a logical address. Okay, this is a logical address. I'm pointing here. It is, what is MAC address? This is also a question, right? So MAC address is a physical address. MAC address is physical address, also called as unique address. So simply say MAC address is a physical address, IP address is a logical address. MAC address is physical address, permanent address. Permanent address. Meaning is MAC address on NIC, network interface card. Like you have a Wi-Fi adapter. You have a Wi-Fi adapter or wired adapter. Okay. So one second. Okay, so MAC address is a permanent address. Okay, and MAC address is on your NIC. So like whenever you are connecting, you have a mobile phone, and mobile phone you have a Wi-Fi. Okay, so that is a Wi-Fi chipset. A Wi-Fi chipset is there inside. Okay, that Wi-Fi also having MAC address. You have a laptop. You have a wired connection and wireless connection. So for example, you can see laptop network connection. Okay, network RJ45 side R. Okay, so here it is. You can see on your laptop. So you will get a wide connection, right? So it meaning is on motherboard, on its motherboard, there is a that NIC connection is there. It is a network interface. What is this? This is the network interface for a wide connection. Okay. So if you don't have that wide connection, then you can use this kind of arrangement. That is a different point. So this is called a RJ45 connector. This is the RJ45 connector where we connect with a wire like this. So you want to connect your laptop with the wire, then we are connecting to this one. And another hand, so we are connecting to the network using built-in Wi-Fi. Okay, so two things, right? So one is wired, another one is wireless, like a built-in Wi-Fi. So meaning is you have a two NICs. Your both NICs are having a MAC address. both NICs are having a MAC address. Means you are having a device and you have a network interface to connect to the network, either it is wireless or wired. On the NIC, this MAC address is there. Okay, MAC address assigned by manufacturer of NIC. You have NIC. Okay, so you have a NIC. So this NIC, so manufacturer of this NIC is given this MAC address, or you can say assign the MAC address. Okay, so that is part of your MAC address. Next, we cannot change MAC address because it's a permanent. We cannot change MAC address. 2 points additionally, 2 more points I'm adding. Guys, we cannot change the MAC address. MAC spoofing possible. Oh, what happened? It is suddenly open. I didn't press anything. MAC spoofing is possible. Okay, MAC spoofing is okay. What is the MAC spoofing? It is used to both attack and defend. Both the people they'll use it. Okay, so for example, I want to receive the packet what server is also receiving. So then I will spoof my MAC. So duplicating MAC address. MAC spoofing means duplicating, means I don't tell my MAC address, I will use different MAC address. Duplicating MAC address. MAC spoofing is there. MAC binding is there. MAC binding is where we use in generally MAC binding in a Wi-Fi. In a Wi-Fi, so people trying to connect to my Wi-Fi. So everybody knows, almost all lot of people knows my Wi-Fi password. Then what I will do it? I will only accept for a certain devices, like for example my laptop, my mobile phone, another laptop is there, another 2 mobile phones are there. Only these things only accept the Wi-Fi connection from only 5 devices. For example, I have 5 devices, accept from these 5 devices, or maybe a 10 devices. So I'll give their MAC address in that one. So then only it will accept that MAC addresses. Not every device. MAC address matching, accept. Okay. So about MAC address, guys, it is a 48-bit address. Okay. It's a 48-bit address represented in 12 hexa. Okay. So 12 hexa means like it is look like this one hexadecimal number. So 12 means it is a 6. So it is look like this one. Okay. So any format it is totally, it contains a 12 hexadecimal numbers. Okay. So it is a MAC address. So you can check the direct MAC address using command called a get MAC, and also you'll get a MAC address in a different ways. So while you are checking an IP address using IP config all, and also we can check with adapter setting, there also we'll get a MAC address. So because we want to know about IP address, but also we should know about a MAC address. Why? Because when you are using these commands, it will show us physical address. Then what is the physical address? Nothing but a MAC address. So what is this MAC address? Every NIC has its own MAC address given by manufacturer of NIC. So I jump from the IP address to MAC address. So just for one single reason, it is knowing about MAC address. And there is another important question, is difference between IP address and MAC address. What is MAC address? What is IP address? So it will cover both the things. Okay, and must know what is MAC address. IP address is a logical address. MAC address is a physical address. It is not fixed or a permanent address. Okay. According to network. According to network. So I think it is a spelling. So I said now. Correct only. Okay. This is called pattern. Okay. Change this. Changes according to the network connectivity. Okay. For example, my IP address is now around like a 192.168.1. Something is there. If I go to my hometown, so I connected to their network, it's a different network. If I go to office, different IP address. If I go to my location, like a Pune location, so different IP network. So what is the IP network? That logical network is there. Okay, so based on that, IP address should be assigned. So that's it, is required to change according to the network. Okay, so that is a IP address. The original definition of IP address is there. That is called a unique identify a device in network is called a IP address. What is the use of this IP address? To identify a device in the network. So we need an IP address. I think I may have some diagram here. See, this is the PC, this is the another PC, think like that, both are connected. Okay, it is also required an IP address, it is also required IP address. Okay, no diagrams. Look at here, guys. I have a computers or laptops or mobile phones, whatsoever it is. These devices need to communicate each other or to communicate in the internet. What we need, compulsory IP address is required. Each PC must require a unique identification, but does not mean unique address. That's why most of the people are having little fear. People of understanding and quarter spelling means this is the contains mainly 4 major words, right? Uniquely identified device network. 4 are there. Of course, AN is also there. Okay. So, but see, there's the words, big words are there, 4 words. People listen off. Okay. And the spell off in that one again. So, uniquely identify. That's it. They forget about this part. Then when they are telling it's a unique address. What is unique address, guys? You know what is unique address? Is a MAC address. What is unique address? Unique address is nothing but a MAC address. Then you make a IP address as a MAC address. So never tell that kind of answer. That's why we don't give this statement also. But it must be there. It is uniquely identify a device in the network. I'll give you one small example, guys. Roll numbers. Okay, roll numbers. In my college, my roll number is something like my year. Okay, like a 05, ABC. Okay, and finally it's 02. My roll number is 02. Okay, so 401, 402, 403, 404. This is my roll number, our roll numbers in my college students roll number 401, 402, 403. In this one, 4 represent my branch as per a JNTU, not JNU, JNTU, Hyderabad. So 4 represent ECE. I belongs to ECE, BTech ECE. Okay. For example, there is some roll number. For the first part is same. 201, 202, 203, 204. The 2 represent it is CSC. CS. Like a 301, 302, 303, 501, 502, 503. So what is this meaning? Uniquely identifying. Okay, not unique address it is, not a random address it is uniquely identifying part. So like if you can example, I know some numbers, for example 500018, 500016, 500072, 53, okay, 0011, for example. I know few pin numbers only, I don't know much. Okay, 400123, something like that. 560151. Here it is 666 is also there, right? 60002, like this. Meaning is, guys, this represent Hyderabad. This is also represent Hyderabad area. These are all these 3 areas in Hyderabad. This area is Visakhapatnam. This is around Mumbai. Okay, this is, I think it is in Karnataka, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. See, we can understand which area, which part of this part. Area is different. Different areas are there. 3 areas in the same district or a main area. Okay, so main headquarters. So we can understand like this identification. So similarly, your IP address. What is this IP address? I will give you a small example of IP address. Okay. Look at here. So in this one, I am typing some IP address 192.168.1 dot. For example, it is 11. Okay. Similarly, here also 192.168.1 dot is 12. 192.168.1 dot 13. 192.168.1 dot 33. 33. Okay, 4 devices are connected, and can you see the first 3 parts are same, 190.168.1. For all 4 IP addresses, first 3 parts are same. Think like it is a main part, like a network part. It is a network part, of course. Network part, it is, see. There are a lot of reasons are there, guys, which is a network part, which is not a host, which is a host part. Okay. Okay, look at here. The first 3 parts are network part. The last part is host address part. Okay, host address part. Network, network, network. So what? This is the network part. This is the network part. Host part is 11, 12, 13, 33. Okay. So that's why it is called uniquely identify. Means we can identify the network. These 4 are in a same network. The last one is identification of host. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 33 is like a direct roll number. Okay. Or you can say in a building floor numbers. For example, 201, 202, 203. Okay. 206, 207. What is that represent? First one represent floor number, second floor, and these are the door numbers. So, for example, I have a 304. Okay, 305 is there. So what happened here? It is become different floor, right? This is the first floor. This is the this is the second floor, and this is the third floor. Both are become different floors. Similarly, the network part is like that. Okay. So what is the uniquely identifying means? The network portion is must be same, and host portion is different like this. Okay. So like a just a roll numbers, flat numbers, floor and flat numbers, pin numbers. Okay. So similarly, this is the IP address. In the IP address is a logical address. Okay. So here we following this network. If you are connecting any device and you want to assign an IP address to that device, for example, I am adding a new device, new laptop, something, I connecting it. So I want to assign an IP address. I want to assign a IP address. So so then this PC can able to communicate to all other PCs. So you have to maintain the same network but different IP. See it is like this. Okay, the first 3 are same because it's a class C. So first 3 portions must be network portion. The last one is host portion. So the host must be unique. Remaining is common. Okay, remaining part is common. So only the host part will be different. Okay, so I told a lot of things. We have a separate IP address classes, but this is also cover few things about your IP address. So what is an IP address? It's a uniquely identify a device in the network. So this is the network. In the network, so we uniquely identifying. So this whole part we call it as a IP address. It is a logical address. It is not fixed or a permanent address. It can be changed according to the network. So if I connect my device to different logical network, so I must change the IP address, or IP address must be changed automatically. So the IPv4 address is look like this. Okay, 190.168. Is there 168 dot 12.22 anything, so just 172.16.10.224 or a 10.3.4.2 200. So it is important. So it is look like this one. Each part is not more than 255 generally. So sorry, it will become pure IP address classes. So IPv4 is look like this one. In a IPv6, different IPv6 is there, guys. Be careful in that one. Link local IP address. Link local IP address FE80. Okay. So remaining can be anything. Remaining thing, and so this is the most common. Start with a like this. Okay. So second type of IP address, either it is a global, unique, or private. IP addresses are there, different IP addresses. So we'll see that one. So this is a common, that's why I'm writing like this. Okay, guys, what is an IP address? It is a logical address. It is not fixed. It is a permanent address. It changes according to the network. Uniquely identify a device in the network. What is a MAC address? It is a physical address, and it is a permanent address. It is unique address. It is a 48-bit in binary represented in 12 hexa. Example like this. The MAC address is given by, MAC address is assigned by manufacturer of NIC. Okay, manufacturer of NIC. Manufacturer of NIC, the person who built that manufacturer. But IP address, we will assign this IP address by DHCP server, or so IP address is assigned by DHCP server. So that is called a dynamic IP address. Okay, that is called a dynamic IP address. Or user or admin can an IP address to device on their self manually. So manually a user or a admin, means user can so person can assign IP address to the device manually, called a static IP address. Okay, static IP address. So because we use a manually, so then what is this? An IP address is assigned by DHCP server to the device automatically. Okay, automatically. That is called a dynamic IP address. Okay, dynamic IP address can change automatically by DHCP server. This automatic or dynamic IP addresses changes by DHCP server based on that network. Okay, manual or static cannot be changed automatically. Okay, so user has to change. Okay, guys, So we are getting an IP address from a DHCP server. For example, I want to assign an IP address like this. Manually, I can assign it. So I cannot assign it. For example, there is a 5 systems, so I can able to assign it. Think like this: you have a IP address, like a 10 IP addresses are there, no problem. 20 is there, no problem. 50, little problem. 100, little more problem, right? So like this, you have a number of devices are high. It is very difficult to assign an IP address and managing IP address. So what I'm doing is, here I use a DHCP server. I use a DHCP server. In that one, I put like this: 192.168.1.10 to, okay, 192.168.1.110. I have almost all like a 100 computers are there. I have a 100 computers are there in the network. So what I said, assign IP addresses to the client PCs from 10 to 110. Remaining is same, right? So remaining is same constant. Remaining is same constant. So assign IP addresses to the 100 computers from 10 to 110. My interest, that is like a 1 to 100 I can put it, or 50 to 150 I will put it, 50 to 200 I put it, 100 to 200 I will put it. Okay, so it will start assigning first device. It is asking, I want an IP address, so I'll give a 1.10. Okay, next device 11, next device 12, next device 13. Like this, for all 100 computers, I can able to assign an IP address. So in my DHCP server, I put a range of IP addresses. So then these PCs will get IP address automatically. So you need to go to each and every PC to assign IP address. Guys, when you are connected to your Wi-Fi router, so either for your mobile phone or a laptop or a desktop, automatically we are getting an IP address, right? So what is the use? Not everyone knows an IP address, right? You are using a network, you are connecting with your mobile phone or laptop. You may not know how to assign IP address, right? So first thing is, everybody is not required to know IP address, how to assign IP address to the devices, because of, we know we have a DHCP server will give you IP address. So I'll put a one note point here. It is, guys, it is. So people may ask, sir, where is the DHCP server? In home, in our home network, mainly home means small office, home office kind of networks. Our Wi-Fi router. Nowadays we are all using Wi-Fi routers. Okay, so that's why I'm giving direct point is, our Wi-Fi router act like a DHCP server. In our home, in our home networks, in our home, our Wi-Fi router act like a DHCP server. So whenever you connected to your Wi-Fi router, you are getting an IP address. Okay. Okay, so this is about IP address and MAC address, guys. Small part. Okay, so then of course we'll see how to assign an IP address, and as well as how to check the IP address. Okay, the first part is, what is an IP address? Uniquely identify a device in the network. It is a logical address. It is not a fixed or a permanent address, it changes according to the your logical network. Okay, so we are using mostly IPv4. IPv4 addresses are look like this one. It is a 4 parts divided by 3 dots. Okay, it is divided by 3 dots, and of course there is a IPv6 addresses is also there, depends upon your network. IP address is assigned by manually or automatically. It will be assigned by manually or automatically. If you are assigned manually, so that is called a static IP address. It cannot change automatically if you change the network. Dynamic IP address means if you are getting an IP address automatically, that IP address we call it as a dynamic IP address. Whenever you change the different network, automatically IP address changes according to that network. Okay, so you are getting an IP address automatically from DHCP server. You are getting an IP address automatically from DHCP server. So it can be a separate DHCP server, or maybe you are using a router in the network. In our usually nowadays in our home we have a Wi-Fi routers, right? So these Wi-Fi router act like a DHCP server. So this Wi-Fi router is giving you an IP address. Okay, so this is automatically given. What is the advantage of using a DHCP server? Everybody does not know how to assign IP address. Nowadays people are using different. I will add those points then. So put a DHCP server. This also cover that point. What is a DHCP server, guys? What is the advantages? I want to write advantages of DHCP server. Okay. So advantage of using DHCP server. What it is? Everyone does not require to know how to assign IP address, right? We are getting IP address automatically. More number of devices, is difficult to increases. More number of devices, it is very easy to. So normally manually it is difficult, so it is easy to assign IP address. More number of devices are there, also it is very easy to assign IP addresses. Sometimes when you are assigning an IP address, people do by mistakes, wrong IP addresses. Okay, you can avoid wrong IP address assignment. Okay, avoid wrong IP address assigning. Okay, and conflicts, and also we can avoid and conflicts also. Conflict means same IP address assigning. For some devices, it is difficult to assign IP address, like nowadays lot of devices are there. One is important is mobile, your tablet, mobile phones, tablets, Alexa, Echo Dot, okay, Echo Dot, Google Home, kind of stuff, Wi-Fi printers or any network printers. It is very difficult to assign. It is very easy. It is very difficult to assign an IP address to devices like mobile phones, tablets, okay, so many like smart LEDs, smart TVs, okay, Wi-Fi printers, okay, like so. This is the main advantage of DHCP server. So guys, this part is also covered. So what is a DHCP server? Dynamic host configuration protocol. So right, that one, DHCP, dynamic host configuration protocol. DHCP means dynamic host configuration protocol. Okay. Assign IP address to client devices, because PC is not always a correct term, because not only a PC means personal computer. Devices means all our devices. These are all devices. It assigns IP address to the client devices automatically. Okay. So advantages of using DHCP server. So everyone does not require to know how to assign an IP address. Number of devices increases. Manually, it is very difficult to assign. But more number of devices, you can use DHCP to assign an IP address. There is we can avoid less chances or no chances of assigning wrong IP addresses, conflicts, kind of stuff. For certain devices, it is very difficult to assign IP addresses, like a mobile phones, tablets, smart LEDs, smart TVs also came into market. Smart printers, Wi-Fi printers also came into market. So this is the whole part of your basic IP address, idea of basic IP address and assignment of a IP address, and DHCP, about small notes about a DHCP, okay, and small notes about a MAC address. Actually, I started for how to check the IP address, and it is turned into IP address and MAC address class. Okay, so of course, next part compulsory we'll see how to check the IP address. So next part we'll see how to check IP address. Also, we'll see how to assign IP address. Okay, in a like the options, the options part, like automatic and manual options. So how those options are there, we'll do it in a next part. So guys, take a break. So now it is 11:40. Come back by 11:55. Take 10 to 15 minutes break. 11:50 by 55 means take 15 minutes break. If you are disconnected, if for example you are using mobile phone, if in case you are disconnected, be connected by 55. Okay. If in case you are using a laptop or a desktop, so no need to disconnect, just mute it, leave it like that. Okay. So be back by, I will start by 11:55. Okay, guys.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
So
sir.
recording. So you need